quiet down. So, today is multiplying and dividing rational functions. What we have to do for these is we have to factor them and then cancel things out. What? No. And I'm teaching. You had 10 minutes to ask me to come over there. Then wait till after notes. Okay. So I want to factor this and cancel some things out. What multiplies to negative 12 and adds to negative 4? Yep. Okay. What multiplies to negative 4 that adds to 0? Multiplies to negative 4 that adds to 0, because I don't have a middle term here. Okay. Yeah. So, notice, what do I have repeated? I have the x plus 2. It's repeated on the top and the bottom. So if it's on the top and the bottom, they cancel out. This one's only 1. Sometimes it can be more, but this one's just 1.
But they have to be pairs, right?
Yeah, it has to be the same thing. Yeah, what size? Okay, so what I also want to do here is I want to figure out what I just canceled out. I want to make sure and say that that can be plugged back in. So I'm also going to do x plus 2 equals 0. And then I have to solve for this. Actually, I'm going to do doesn't equal 0.
Why x?
Because that's the one I crossed out.
So
Yeah. So I'm going to set it equal not equal to 0. The line through it. Because it can't equal that one because I canceled it out. Because if I had left it in, plugging this in would have given me a 0 in the denominator, and I can't have that. Then we do it. Okay. So then I solve for x. I subtract 2 on both sides. X can't equal negative 2. So part of my answer is going to be x can't equal negative 2. Questions on number 1? That's it for number 1. It kind of works the same way when I want to find the product. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So, there's 2 ways I can do this. I can cancel out things right now, or I can just multiply straight across and then cancel out after. Which way do you want me to do? Huh? Okay. What is 8 times 7? X cubed and x to the 4th. X to the 7. Y and y cubed. Remember that this y has a secret. I'm multiplying straight across. Cool. Y to the 4th. Okay. What about the bottom? Yeah, you add the exponents on the variables and you multiply the numbers. What? What's 2 times 4? 8. And then I just have an x, and then I have y squared and y? Y cubed.
How do you get?
I know. Okay, what did you ask me, Jerry?
X to the 7.
Oh, because this x has a 3 and this x has a 4, so I just added my exponents. Okay? So then now I want to simplify this. What is 56 divided by 8? 7. Okay. What do I do with the 2 x's? I subtract their exponents, so 7 minus 1 is 7.2 top picture. And then just y. And then I also want to say here, x and y can't equal 0. Because I took them out of the denominator, so they can't equal 0. Questions on number 2? Alright. So number 3 kind of works the same way, except now I want to factor these. I'm going to factor them before I even multiply across. So what can I factor out of 3x minus 3x squared? What do both of those have in common? 3x. So I'm going to pull out a 3x. Then I get 1 minus x inside parentheses. On the bottom, what multiplies to negative 5 and adds to positive 4? That doesn't multiply to 5. Or add to 4.
Multiply to 5?
Yeah, multiplies to 5 and adds to 4.
5 and 1.
Which one has to be negative? The 1. Ooh, I'm gonna change my mind on the top one. I'm gonna pull out a negative and then switch the signs on that one. Alex, is that your music? Is that your music? Someone's music is really loud and I think it's yours. Okay, on the second one, what multiplies to negative 30 and adds to 1? Close. Okay. Oh, that's off the screen. Okay, and then I just have 3x on the bottom. Okay, so what kinds of things can I cancel out? Yeah, x minus 1 will cancel out, because it's just written in an opposite order, but they're both negative. So those cancel out, and there is one more thing that cancels out.
That one?
Uh-huh. I can cancel out between fractions too.
Oh, the negative together.
Just the 3x. The negative stays because this bottom one isn't negative. So then when I go back to rewrite this, it's going to be negative x minus 5 over x plus 6. And then on the bottom I have x plus 5.
I'll do that.
Okay. No, because they're opposite signs. They have to be the same sign. Okay, so then I'm going to take the two things I canceled out and set them not equal to 0. So I have x minus 1 doesn't equal 0 and 3x doesn't equal 0. And I solve for x. So on the first one, x can't be 1. And on the second one, x can't be 0. Questions?
Well, you need it for that.
It's not his. Kayla. 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 Your music's too loud. Okay, so questions on number 3. Okay, so number 4, I need a factor. The top on this fraction's already factored. There's nothing I can do to it. On the bottom, it's a difference of cubes pattern. I'll write this on the board in a second. It's going to be x minus 3, and then x squared plus 3x plus 9. Because the cube root of negative 27 is negative 3. And I'll write the difference of cubes pattern on the board after the notes. Okay, so what cancels out here? This whole thing. How did I do that? It's a difference of cubes factoring pattern. I'll write that on the board after the notes. And then I have x plus 2 over x minus 3. This one I don't have to set equal to 0 because when I do the difference of cubes, the second piece is always irrational. Not irrational. Imaginary. So it's not going to have an answer. So this is just my final answer here. What do you mean writing it all over the place? What do you mean I'm not writing it in order? I don't know. I'm just writing off to the side. Is that confusing you, Stephanie? I'm just writing it off to the side because I have more room to work on the side. Okay, so questions on multiplying. What? I'm just canceling out, so I'm factoring, and then I'm canceling out things that appear on the top and the bottom. And if I tried solving this one equal to 0, it'd give me an imaginary number, so it doesn't even matter. So, on number 5, it wants me to find the quotient for... Whoa. For this one, I need to flip the second fraction. So I'm going to just rewrite this. And instead of being multiplication, it's going to be, instead of being division, it's going to be multiplication. Kind of like when you divide with fractions and you learn it the first time, you multiply by the reciprocal. That's what we're doing here. Okay. So all I've done so far is just flip the second fraction. Okay, then I want to go and factor. My first fraction, the top part, is just going to stay the same. The bottom one I can factor out at 2 because they're both even, so I'm going to have 2 times x minus 5. On my second fraction, what multiplies to 30 that adds to negative 11? Negative 6 and negative 5. And then on the bottom, they both can be divided by an x. So I write that out front, and then I have x minus 6. Okay. What? What? Were you just asking me to slow down, or do you have questions? I'm confused. Oh, okay. Did you have questions, Stephanie, or were you just asking for me to slow down? Okay. What's your question, then? Amanda! You said you would be quiet the whole hour. What? What was... Where did the x squared? Where did it come from, or where did it go? Okay. Do what? X minus 5? I factored out 2, because they're both even. Okay, you both need to be quiet. How are you going to learn? Your promise was to learn. What's 2x divided by 2? What's 10 divided by 2? So I pulled out the 2 because... Huh? Because because I didn't divide it, I just pulled it out. So, I have 2x minus 10. They're both even, but because it's not an equation, I can't just get rid of the 2 I divided by. So it goes out front, and then I simplify it. On the first part, the x's cancel out, and I'm left with an x. And then on the second one, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So that's why I got that on the bottom. Okay. What do I want to do next? No. Cancel out things. What can I cancel out? I can cancel out this regular x. What else? What are you talking about? Which x did I not cancel out, Stephanie? I don't understand. I canceled them both out. Yeah. Yeah. I cancel out whatever I have on the top and the bottom. I was just saying just the x, not the 7 for the top. Yeah. The x minus 5? Yeah, because I have that on the top and bottom. Okay. So then I'm left with... what? 7 over 2. I don't need to say what x can't equal because it's going to always give me 7 over 2. I canceled everything out. Is there more practice in the back? I mean, examples in the back, or is it all practice? Okay. Oh, did I? Yeah, because all my factors canceled out. Can I move on to the back?
So how do you get all the eggs?
Everything canceled out, yeah. Okay, so this time when it says find the quotient, it's not a fraction, but it is over a secret 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip that and have the 1 on top. So I have 6x squared plus x minus 15 over 4x, and then I have times 1 over 3x squared plus 5x. Okay. On the top one, this is going to factor to 3x plus 5 times 2x minus 3. And then the bottom doesn't need a factor. On the second one, I get 3x plus 5 and then x on the outside. I factored it. I knew I had to have 3x plus 5 as one of my factors because I saw it in the other one, and I know they're always going to have something that cancels out. But if you want me to show you how to really factor it, I can after the notes. Okay, so what cancels out on this one? Only the 3x plus 5. Because my x's are both on the bottom, so I can't do anything with those 2 x's. So then when I go to rewrite this one, because division, you always flip. So then I have 2x minus 3 on the top, and then 4x squared on the bottom. I have 2 x's on the bottom. And then I want to set 3x plus 5 not equal to 0. The other factor. What? 3x? Oh, yeah, this piece right here? Yeah, that's from what I canceled out. Okay, Stephanie, I wrote it the way you wanted me to, and now you're telling me I'm writing it all over the place. I started down. I canceled it out, but I have to say, because I canceled this out, you can't plug it in, because in the original equation, it would have given me... Girls in the back, be quiet. In the original equation, it would have given me a 0 if I plugged it in. Like, with this number I'm solving for. And so I can't have zeros, because it won't make a... You know, you can have zeros on the bottoms of fractions. So, that's why I have to go back and do this. Why? Oh my god. There isn't a line up there. So then I have 3x can't equal negative 5. And then I divide by 3. So I get x can't equal, no, 5/3, not 2/5. No, can't, oh, negative, you're right. Negative 5/3. I know. I was wondering where the negative came from because I forgot it. So questions here. Yeah? No questions?